Hi! In this lesson, I'm going to show you how to use the grid function in the Special Tools menu in AVer Plus. The grid function is perfect for introducing students to the concepts of graphing and simple line equations, as I'll demonstrate here. First, let's choose a grid and place it in the working space. I like this grid because it clearly shows the x and y axes. Once the grid has been placed on the page, close the Special Tools menu. Next, let's resize the grid so that it fits nicely into our working space. Lastly, we don't want the grid to be accidentally moved, so we'll lock it into place. Let's start by placing points onto our grid. Select the freehand tool and adjust the properties so that you have a color other than black with a line thickness of 20 pixels. Okay, now we're ready to start plotting on our grid. Let's start by plotting the point 3, 1 by simply using the freehand tool and clicking once over the desired point on the grid. Easy, right? Now let's plot the point -2, 1. Now that we've got 2 points, I'm going to use them to draw a line that intersects them both. Select the line tool and use the Properties panel to adjust the line so that it's red and has a thickness of 10 pixels. Keep in mind that you can use whatever colors and line thicknesses you want. I'm simply choosing these to make them easier to see. We've now got one line on our grid, so let's add a second and plot the point of intersection. Select your freehand tool again. It should automatically default to the blue one with a 20 pixel thickness. Plot the points 4, 3, and 4, -3. You now have another 2 points with which to create a line on the grid. Nice. We now have our 2 lines and can plot the point of intersection. Select the freehand tool for the last time and plot the point at which the 2 lines intersect. With our grid in place, we can clearly see that the point of intersection of our 2 lines is at 4, 1. Let's finish this off by labeling our lines and their point of intersection. Let's start with the first line we drew. Using the grid, we can see that the equation for this line is y = 1. For the second line we drew, we can see that the equation is x = 4. The last thing to do now is label our point of intersection at 4, 1. Using the grid function, you can introduce students to graphing while easily incorporating multiple colors, making these concepts easier to see and grasp.